Josh, after the week that you experienced, and you just take us through the emotions. It's sort of a roller coaster for you, but and then the decision to come back to Las Vegas to play.
Yeah, really it wasn't my decision. I wasn't gonna come back. Um, for me, family always, before anything. Especially, the severity of what was going on, what's currently going on. But my dad had woke up and he told me he wanted me to play, so that's why I'm here.
There's a report that we read
My
that your
bad.
son actually is the one that called 911. Is
Yeah,
that true?
yeah. So yeah, my son. My son and my dad are like best friends. Like, so they always like you can't. You always see one, you always see the other. But man, I'm just happy. He's really smart enough to understand what was going on in that situation. Um, you know, it was rough for me trying to explain to him, you know, uh, what happened and stuff like that. So yeah, I told him I'm proud of him. My pops said he is hero. So yeah,
When was it that he woke up and told you he wanted you to play?
yesterday. I got in late last night. Late last night, really probably running off of 4 or 5 hours of sleep right now. I'm kind of out of it, but yeah,
And he had surgery Wednesday.
yeah, he had surgery. Keep going up and down. Uh, he has a unique heart. His heart is like backwards compared to like a normal heart. So the surgery took longer than expected, and it's been a lot of hiccups in the last few days. So yeah,
The fact that he told you that he wanted you to play today, how much was today's game for him?
this was probably the hardest game I've ever played. Not in the sense of physical or anything like that, just mentally. Like trying to stay in it. Like being on the sideline and having too much time to think. And think about what's going on and think about steps out and being a rock of your family. It's never easy when the person that's your rock is going through it. So it's just been an interesting time for me.
When
Throughout the
you
week, how much support would you say you've been able to get from your teammates, with guys having your back?
Yeah, man. Uh, that's what made coming back good. I mean, basically the whole team. I mean, even people upstairs that don't really work with me every day. I definitely got that love and that support. I mean, when I told Josh, I was thinking about going home because the situation was going on. Everybody had my back with it, and they knew it wasn't really about football. So I appreciate them. That's just the love that they got for me, and I got the same type of love for them.
when you're watching Monday Night Football and what takes place, and then the next day, how surreal is that? Like every NFL player's mind is on Hamlin, and all of a sudden
Yeah,
for you, boom.
yeah. It became even more real. I mean, you think about what happened on the field. I mean, that's a reality for a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, just with this sport and how physical it is. And it was crazy because we was talking about it, praying for him, for Damar, and then for me to have experience, my pops with his heart, it just it hit a little more home.
And how much does it put it all in perspective? I mean, after obviously the Lamar situation and your dad, and then, at the end of the day, I mean, I know it means a lot, but it's just a game.
Yeah, man. I mean, I looked at it from a few perspectives. Obviously I thought about the risk and things like that, but also it's like, man, it made me cherish these moments. You never know when your last play is. You never know when your last game, your last second, your last moment with the team, playing the game, and doing something you love. So for me, it just put me in a different perspective. I mean, obviously with my pops, um, I just wanted to be there for him, and let him know that he had my support, and let him know that he's a fighter, and that we love him, and that we got him. So
Is the plan to return home and
yeah,
cover your
yeah,
family?
yeah. I'm definitely gonna go back. Go
The
back.
when it happened to Demar, obviously worldwide, league-wide, countrywide, everyone prayers everywhere. But this is something that happens to everyday people. It
Yeah,
happened to your pops, and then I don't know if you're aware, the local young lady at high school on a flag football field, she collapsed and passed away Thursday
yeah,
after everything. Um, it's a very real thing where it's just everyday people that can suffer from something.
Yeah, man. I mean, it just put it in perspective, you know, how precious life is in general. You know, I think we get caught up, especially in this sport, you know, with the outcomes of things, with wins and with losses and how good you played and things like that. But you kind of forget that, you know, like life is more important, you know. And for me, man, I mean, that's all I'm caring about right now, you know. Trying to be there for my dad, but also, you know, my son. With him having to go through that and experience that, you know, without anybody being there. And I had to try to explain to him that, you know, he did good. You know, he was thinking that he did something wrong and things like that. And, it's just been a rough time.